All right. Welcome back, everyone. What? What? Oh, haha. Yeah, but your body hates you. Like, it actively is trying to kill you. Yeah, that was what I was alluding to. All right. um. Well, uh, shrug. Uh. But they their message was they'll try. Well, I'm more concerned about they tell us that they'll be here and then they're 15 minutes late. I'm very concerned about what they're trying is going to be. I read it fine. I and then my excuse is that I work in mental health care. So I work with the crazies. Anyway, anyway, um my brain farted. Um whom would like to do the recap? No, this one you can do a full one. Yeah, that was just for me. Oh, hold on, hold on. Thank you. No. Talk now.
Now.
Okay. Preach, thank you so much. You just saved me a massive headache because I've done this one other time before. They couldn't hear you.
Oh fuck no!
Okay.
So, he just saved me because I. Yeah. But thank you. I mean, everything else that we were talking about up until this point was really just chatter. So, um, yeah. All right, take two. Go ahead and do your recap now.
Take two, I've done nothing. Okay, so, last time on Mundus, we began working alongside our resistance group to try and flush out Palama and Aaron and deliver a decisive blow to take back Valinar's island from the corruption that has been plaguing it for a while, I guess. So our plan at this point was to utilize resistance members to essentially do different operations here, there, everywhere, like gathering intelligence, sabotage, and various other like things. Yes, I saw your ping.
Ignore that.
Okay. One idea that we came up with, specifically, we want to imply that one of the higher ranking members of one of the cities. I don't have those details. One of the cities was going to be making an alliance with the Blackguard, which is a known group of petty thugs. President Vagram specifically. This man by the name of Gin Thurston was supposed to be that city representative, and Valinar was going to be playing his role, while Katya was going to be like a high-ranking official with the Blackguards. And we were going to meet at a kind of a seedy bar, make a somewhat public spectacle of forging this alliance to implicate the corruption and spread some rumors that there's going to be an attack on a local church. We also, part of this plan involved getting some handwriting samplings for Haru, the resistance leader, to make a forged letter for planting as evidence that Erin is also involved with this, and she's going to be personally overseeing the ransacking of that church. We did manage to hold our meeting later in the evening of day 1 and make a bit of a public spectacle.
Yeah.
While we were out walking around during the day, just before that, we came across some important individual by the name of Balbin Everleaf that Valinar recognized, and used some power of suggestion to take his already latent thoughts and kind of convince Balbin to start spreading rumors that Palama has been betraying the church by going to a well-known local bar to chat up a bartender, so the rumors were spread quickly. We also managed to get confirmation that Erin has been holed up in the basement of the Temple of Geisma in Goldwald for 3 days, and Asta went and confirmed it with her own eyes. Lucky her, she didn't get caught. One more.
Did she make it in?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
She rolled really, really high on her stealth.
She got, what, 38? Something like that?
A really big number.
Sure.
And let's see here. Something else that was
It's been a couple
important
weeks, leave me
was...
alone.
Yeah. Dinok used his Orb of Knowledge to find out more about Erin's summoned help. There are 2 individuals that are currently, or they were shown as being fitted with weapons and armor, and they're pale-skinned, have long black hair, and have dilated pupils, and red eyes. And they are known as they're 2 of the Unnamed. I guess they haven't proven themselves yet. And where we last left off was essentially beginning of day 2. We have some plans at this point to plant a forged letter somewhere. We don't have the specifics of that yet. And at some point, I get to dress up as Erin and go desecrate a church. For fun.
The fact that you are that excited about it is what does worry Dinok just a smidge.
I'm more excited to see that it's successful and gets the attention that we need. Of course, I'm also, I personally, above game, am worried that Katya is going to get her ass kicked for doing so.
Yeah.
But we'll see what I can do.
Also slightly worried we're going to be caught. You're going to be caught doing it.
I can lie my way out of that, don't worry.
You'll also have a small squad of undead with you.
Yep.
who are under orders to obey you.
You. I suppose you can't piss on anything.
But that is kind of where we left things off. And I think we kind of just ended that day. So basically next day, as we kind of come back into this world again.
After a brief respite.
Yeah. How would you guys like to How would you guys like to proceed this morning? What would you guys like to do?
Are we making the assumption that we've already had something to eat?
Sure.
Good.
Where did my thing
I
go?
heard that.
What?
I wouldn't worry about that too much if I was you.
Okay.
Crunchy. I love how we can always hear Mrs. Rip in the background.
When she's there.
Yeah. Were we gonna, or was the letter done, or was that being done this morning?
Haru has completed it already.
Okay.
Right?
So
Yeah,
were we
just need to
gonna?
drop it off somehow?
Yes, but do we want to do that in the morning or in the afternoon / night?
Depends on when
Oh.
we do things.
Yeah, he
right?
will force the letter for planting tomorrow as of yesterday, so it should be ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. I see that it is there.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want to have it planted, I mean, Haru says that he could say that he could take care of it.
Yeah. Have him go plant that. Kadia was gonna go piss on a church.
Not exactly piss on it, but I'll find something to do. Whoever's there.
Sorry, guys, I'm changing something really quick.
No, you're good.
There it goes. It was not picking up Roll20 audio for a moment, which is fine. It's just wind, but still gives a little atmosphere. It just gives a little atmosphere.
Yeah, it's just man, you're using OBS, right?
Me? Yeah.
Your OBS hates you.
Yes.
You mean the fact that they changed all the nested audio settings that I had set up, and now I have to go in every time and manually change them in order for stream to function properly, when as before it just worked?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't there? What was their name?
Hey, what's your name? Tell me!
Was it the Lupines? Is that what I'm...
Probably.
While they're off, while Kadia's pissing on a church, and while Haru's off doing the letter, Valinar wants to kind of set himself up and keep an eye out for any lupine.
Okay.
And then he's gonna, when he finds one, he's gonna use that fun channel divinity from Knowledge Domain on him to read his thoughts and then possibly use suggestion on him.
Okay. Do you knock anything that you feel like you might want to do?
Honestly, Denox just kind of being support in this. He's working on getting a few groups of skeletons for this mission.
Right.
Enough to be a threat, but not enough to be an army, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, I know we forged this letter that was supposed to say that something along the lines of Aaron was going to be working with the Blackguard, and they were going to ransack a specific temple. Did we determine which one?
I thought we did, but I don't remember which one.
I thought we just kind of determined it would be like a prominent temple in Vagram, is what I thought we decided.
That makes sense, considering that's where the meeting was held at.
Yeah, I don't think we determined who it was, except maybe the guy's but I don't remember for sure.
Oh,
I don't remember if you guys actually ever established which one or where.
yeah. Haru's like, she's going to launch an attack on one of the churches, but those specifics are not included in the letter. Y'all figure it out. I guess it makes sense since the alliance was formed in Vagram. That would be the first place they would target. So I guess that determines where I'm going to go.
You will have... hold on, let me see numbers. 7. 14 skeletons.
Ooh, okay.
And we will ask Haru for some outfits for them. Since I can't make weapons for them, I just have to kit them out on my own coin. Turn to Haru and be like, can we get bows, arrows, short swords, and small shields for them?
Yep.
I'll see what we can gather, but most weaponry are individuals' personal belongings.
I mean, even if it's just, like kitchen knives.
I'll see what I can gather.
Oh, and see if you can't get a few ruined, decayed temple clergy outfits. Really send it home, Make it look like she's risen figures from the crypt.
There is also a slight issue of, I don't believe I have anything that screams, "Hi, I'm Aaron," as far as clothing choices.
Give him a minute. Sounds like child decided to interfere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have scared here. Come downstairs, apparently.
Yeah.
Don't know where.
That sounds right.
Don't know where my wife is, but
She was just there.
yeah, she left. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. So, what was? Oh, sorry, what was the question?
Outfit for Katya to look like Aaron.
Oh,
Yep.
They don't really have. You're in the chains, remember? They have.
Yeah.
Scraps of stuff.
I guess I'll just have to use whatever cloak I have available.
Just try to make yourself look like as disreputable as you can.
I may have to tear up my robes.
Don't you have something like disguise self?
I have alter self. I don't have disguise self.
Well, you don't have the other funny magic one?
Valinar has the disguise self.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be used on me, can it?
No, I'm pretty sure the target is self.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I can alter my appearance to look exactly like her without illusion, but I cannot make myself look like I'm dressed like her.
Pros and cons of spells.
However, perhaps if they see Aaron dressed like, a previous person that was there, it's like Aaron was trying to disguise herself to look like one of us. Say, well, see, they're back. They did it.
It's an idea.
As much as I'm loath to do it, I'll dirty up my robes and put a few holes in them to make them look a little less presentable.
Oh no, I have to get dirty.
I mean, she's been dirty before. It's just these are her. This is her favorite set of robes that her father gave her for like her 21st birthday. So this is like a big deal for her. It's her favorite outfit, and it has somehow managed to go unscathed our entire journey. It has gotten dirty, but it has not been torn up. Fantastic, wonderful, magical bullshit.
Hold on,
Right.
hold on.
Oh, what?
I just thought of something.
Hmm. Prestidigitation. You're gonna make it smell bad?
I magically soil your clothes and then promise to unsoil them when everything is done.
Okay. I mean, I could have just thrown it in the dirt and stomped on it a few times too, but okay.
Well, this way, everything done to it can be reversed with magic.
But it doesn't put holes in it.
Okay, gonna call Keen Mind bullshit on this one. What exactly was Erin wearing when we last dealt with her?
It would have been
Was she wearing nice clothes? Was she wearing standard necromancer clothes? Was she wearing general mage robes?
it would have been kind of like a combination pile. They she would have been wearing like a probably like a darkish purple robe with kind of like a gold trim, but there also would have been
How
evidence.
convenient.
But there also would have been evidence of church, the Church of Geisma influence on the robes and stuff like that, and I mean, like, and I say dark purple, I mean like a deep purple, like a deep dark purple.
A plum color.
Yes.
So I suppose if it's dirty enough, it can pass.
Sorry, the only purple color in terms of like fruit that's coming to my mind is an eggplant.
Plum's a dark, almost black purple.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm just going through my spells to see if there's anything else I can do to assist in this.
With enough heavy soiling, I suppose it can look like the right color of purple. My robes are already purple.
I don't think I have anything on my end. I'm sorry, what?
I mean, if it has to be done for the success of the mission, I can live with wearing dirty clothing
Like the
for now.
entire room turns and looks at you.
What is that supposed to mean, DM? Good answer.
Sorry, now my child is being a pain.
Ah,
I mean, if you want to take a quick 5 minute to just
No, we're
go
fine.
back upstairs.
No, he's saying that he's not tired, but we're telling him that he's not allowed to watch TV. So, and because of that, he's
throwing a fit?
yeah. Well,
Relatable.
yeah. You throw fits when you're not allowed to watch TV? Jeez, what kind of household does your wife run?
My kids, jerk.
Come on, low-hanging fruit and all.
I know, it was easy to grab, but this low-hanging fruit is rotten.
That's not your fault.
No.
God, my brain just went dark and dangerous. Anyway, that's going in the chat, not on the internet. But no,
Okay. Now I'm curious, but okay.
I'll
Carry
send
on.
it in a little bit. No, we're good to keep going. You had asked about what was the question that you had asked when I turned my mute mic off, basically.
Oh, I had said, if it means for the sake of the mission, I'll wear dirty clothing, and you said, and it feels like the whole room turns to look at you.
Yes.
And I asked, what's that supposed to mean, DM?
You're the closest thing to a princess in this game at the moment.
Okay, you got a point.
And yeah, that was the most princess thing you could have said.
I don't have any more words for this. Thanks for pointing that out. So now I feel like a princess.
1 second.
Just trying to be in character. Jeez.
Okay, princess.
All right, so I'm pulling up a chair for Little Rip. So give me 1 second because I got to walk away and drop my headphones.
Maybe.
Oh boy. Don't expect me to watch my language.
I feel like we never watch our language.
No.
Ever. Never ever.
Actually, I think one of the scariest moments was when apparently one night for game nights, my wife was sitting in the other room. She was on Xbox, and I was on Xbox far away, and I had no idea the situation in her surrounding environment. So she had the TV volume on and was connected to Discord to chat with me and everybody else, and I dropped like a couple F-bombs or something like that, and I just get a message, your children are standing in the room with me right now. Oh! Well, that's... Why are they up?
All right, what blew up?
I was just saying, don't expect me to watch my language or anything with your kid awake, but,
I have
had
headphones on.
Okay. Yeah, well, so did my wife, but she also had the volume coming up from the TV, and so my F-bombs were audibly heard by all my children, who were supposed to be in bed, but were standing next to her.
When was this?
A couple weeks ago.
Good job.
I'm
buddy.
like, oh, jeez. Thank you for warning me ahead of time. Why are they even awake?
You can play with this.
I want some small headphones aren't listening.
Nope.
Oh, I don't have any. That's all I got.
I need to play.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see what Santa Claus can do. Sorry, kids.
Wait,
Okay.
wait.
All right. Quiet. Yeah. So the
Princess Katya is going to wear soiled robes. There.
okay. Yeah, this is fun. I'll have to be going back and forth, up and down on my mic. But yeah. Whoa, that sounded dirty. I'll have to be adjusting my volume as my son plays with my dice here. But yeah. So I'll
All
be doing
right,
that. So what's the next step in your guys' master plan?
hit me with that dope dirt, D-Knock.
All right, several castings of prestidigitation.
Keep going until it's the dark plum color.
Boink, boom, 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 boom. Okay, it's pure black.
Turns out it takes a lot of dirt to turn this bright purple into a muddy dark purple. Didn't realize those. That explains why these robes like hardly ever look dirty.
Well, I'm also doing several small marks
Ah, okay.
with symbols.
Yeah, it's a interesting spell.
I hate that word.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's spelled, but
Baloney.
Yeah, it does. It's a pain in the ass to type.
I mean, it's right here in the text
I know.
chat.
I know. I see. Doesn't make it any easier.
Copy and paste.
Fuck that. It's faster to type it.
Highlight, Control C, click, Control V.
It was faster to type to figure out how many eyes there were.
so what's the next step in your plans, guys?
There.
Carry out the plans, I guess. I don't
Yep.
know.
So
I immediately use alter self after dirtying my robe and do like a costume check. Like, how's this?
D-Doc makes several minor alterations just to make sure it looks like what he remembers Aaron wearing.
I think assuming her appearance made it a little bit easier to
Yeah, probably.
make the mark.
easy enough.
For once, I get to play the bad guy.
All right, let's do the people who are just having rolls to begin with. So like Haru just has a stealth check. So let me find his character sheet. Oh, what the heck? How did I get logged out of D&D Beyond?
Magic.
Right.
Technology? Techno magic.
Technomancer.
I had a really weird thing happen to me with Beyond today.
Yeah?
It canceled my subscription.
It canceled your subscription?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a subscription.
Yeah, I've got the basic one just so I have unlimited characters.
Wow, I know how to type.
And when I logged in today, I did not have a subscription. So I had to reapply for it.
Huh. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that would have happened, but here's Haru's stealth check. Kaplow! Ooh, 29.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah. Alright. So Haru is successful in planting his letter. And remind me what you were doing again, Valenar?
I was keeping an eye out for Lupins.
That's right. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception. Boom. 11.
11? Okay. For curiosity's sake, which particular city are you stalking out?
Probably would have been Gold Wild. Where is my map? Yeah, because Gold Wild is not too far from the chains.
The
Okay.
lupines are essentially Palama's personal guard, right?
Not quite. They are.
Or is that just their race?
They're basically a race that is completely loyal to the Church of Geisma.
Okay.
So if we can convince them that Polama is actively...
I'm just double checking what I just said.
I'm pretty sure
That's about
you are
right.
correct.
That sounds about right. I remember them being present when they were going to execute your peoples.
Yeah, that would have been true. That would have been from
Yes.
what you said, Katya. They would have been a member of um. Oh gosh, what was the name? The Divine Fang.
Ah, okay. That's what they're called.
Yeah, they would have been
Okay.
there. Yeah, they would have been. There would have been some lupine in the Divine Fangs, and but the Divine Fangs are effectively the sole the guards that are dedicated to protecting church officials and heads of churches. However, the lupines are they are zealots effectively of Geisma. They are dedicated to Geisma. They don't care who's in charge. They are dedicated to Geisma. So
Okay.
Well, if we can convince them that Palama is actively working against Geisma,
Yeah.
that may help us in the future. Something to think about.
I had my doubts, but this is crossing a line. We're just sowing dissent all over the place.
isn't that the point?
Yes, indeed. It's beautiful, sowing so much chaos and disorder.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think we need to keep an eye on Katya. I think we may be getting a villain in the making.
It's called playing my role. And since I have to be, an agent of the Sleeping King that does such horrid, evil things, it just makes sense to sound like them. I'm rolling a performance of crap. 8. 8 performance.
So you're failing to take a crap?
No, I'm attempting to maintain character. It would appear that I should probably practice for a little bit longer before I head out. So maybe I'll spend the morning perfecting my acting here, and in the afternoon I'll launch an assault
Okay.
with my skeleton crew.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh. Just had an idea. What if we add a small number of just what look to be mooks? You know,
What?
grunts of the
Oh, you mean have a couple people just dress up like they're parts of the Blackguard?
yeah. That way it looks like it's both. You know, it's... Man, I cannot remember names tonight. Fuck.
Again.
That way it looks like we have the... Okay. I don't know what's going on. I am legit having trouble remembering any of the people we were talking about's names.
Aaron?
Thank you, Aaron. Yes, Aaron. It is not a good night for me, I don't think.
Oh no.
The night that exists.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, but I may have to request several minutes between each time I talk.
Hang on while I process. Beep boop beep.
Okay. I've never done this before, but I'm opening Notepad specifically just to make names.
Gotta take some names, huh?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, this ought to be fun.
Ugh.
Boy.
Enoch's got a keen mind. Unfortunately, the player is having some troubles.
Unfortunately, the player has the opposite.
Yeah. I don't know how Retro does what he does with the game stuff, because like he effectively has keen mind for for his game lore. Like when he's in games. More or less.
So-
It's kind of ridiculous.
The small-time gangsters. What are they called again?
Mobsters?
The Divine Fang?
No.
Oh, the Blackguard.
Blackguard.
Yes.
Mooks.
Mooks.
You've never heard the term mook?
Yeah, I have. It's like, we're not calling the Blackguard anymore. They are now the Mooks.
I feel like there's a movie named around that idea, but yeah.
And Olama is just the bitch.
The bitch.
Well,
This is just for me for right now because my brain is just. It is a never.
Aaron is the
never-
necromancer,
Yeah, it's.
or necromantress, as I keep calling her.
I've never had a brain fart that's gone on this long. It's one continuous.
he said fart.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Bark, bark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave that trombone alone.
No.
We have
Make me.
we have several people dress up as Blackguard to go with Aaron, including myself, just to make sure everything goes okay. And I'll just be like a low level, probably only casting at worst first level spells if needed, unless we need to get out of jail free card.
What have I got for spells I could throw here? Just out of curiosity. I mean, do I want to go all out and just be like, cast prismatic spray or something? I might actually kill some people tonight. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but if it's got to be done, it's got to be done.
Anyway. So, we should really get back on track, which was Valinar's
There's a
perception
track?
roll. I mean, no.
Okay.
You know that scene where the Polar Express is driving on ice?
Yes.
That's
I thought
pretty,
that's what this was.
that's pretty much this entire campaign. Um,
Fantastic.
with an 11, in Gold Wild, I would say you would probably see one,
Okay.
but you would also know him to be one of the more devout, we'll say.
Devout.
Okay. I'm still going to attempt to use that channel divinity.
Uh-huh. Is there a saving throw on the first part?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he only gets one saving throw. Yeah, wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw for the first part, and that's it all. Okay.
Yep.
Give me a minute while I find
Because
it.
he as long as he fails this one, he would automatically fail the one for suggestion. If I
Okay.
use it.
Well, let me see what his bonus is.
Ouch.
Um. Saving throws. Okay. Ooh. Shh. What is the saving throw DC?
And I'm pretty sure it's 19.
Ooh. Confirming?
Yes, 19.
Okay. I am terribly sorry. He rolled a 20, a soft 20.
Dang it.
Yeah, I was worried because he rolled in my opinion he rolled pretty low. But he has a pretty good bonus.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Well,
Hey,
that,
stop talking. I will be with you in a minute. You need to be quiet until I'm ready, okay?
in that case, Valnar's just going to kind of listen to the rumors going around.
Okay.
Since he's already out and about.
Are you wanting to tail him or anything like that, or no? You just want to?
I don't think so. I don't want to draw that much attention to myself.
Okay.
I just kind of want to hear if anything has come of our actions yet, even though it hasn't been very long.
There would be bits beginning to circle around. Like basically you'd be hearing maybe like once every hour or two you would hear basically one person make mention of something that you're like, we did that. That's our fault.
Yes.
So.
And I'd like to imagine at some point during all this, Valinar stops by a cafe or something, and he just mentions it, some of the stuff he's heard to passing waiters. Just to keep it going.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'd probably be about it for that one.
Yeah.
And then, Dinok, are you doing anything particular?
Well, like I said, I'm going to go with Katya in a
Gotcha.
blackguard, just general low tier mage kind of thing.
Yeah, understood. Easy enough to do.
So that means Dinok, myself, a few of Haru's thugs, and a crew of skeletons are all going to go to a church.
Sounds like the start of a bad story.
Sounds like it's going to be a blast.
Okay.
So we arrive in Goldwild. to go to the Temple of Geisma, which I'm sure is very easy to locate.
You want to go?
Wait, Goldwell? No, sorry. Vagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I am about to
Yeah,
stroll into the
that was-
one. Goldwell. I misspoke there.
I'm like-
It was
Vagram.
about
We're going
very
to
bad.
Vagram. Yeah, we're going to go to the main temple that Aaron is currently residing at and try to blame her for screwing up everything.
Exactly.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, okay. If are you sure that's where you want to go? Because I'll
No,
let you go there.
I misspoke. We're going to Vagram. Vagram is the closest anyway.
You sure you
We
don't want
went-
to go somewhere else?
I'm sure. We might even pass by Valinor on the way.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
However, I really want to sell it so that he knows what our plan is, but then seeing us all approaching, he might be like, I want to like have him second guess, like, is that actually Aaron or?
Understood. Like I said, I really just wanted to make sure that you weren't going to.
I'm sure if I started going that way, I could just hear it now. You'd not be like, hey, Vagram's that way. All Hades like.
Anyway. We'll kind of fast travel you here, and that you arrive at the outside of the church. What's your next step?
I'm going to go straight through the main doorway. I don't know what this church looks like, but I'm imagining like a big, flashy wooden door. Just kind of push it open.
Well, not necessarily in Vagram. Vagram is more of a farming community. So this church, the church here is actually, while yes, it is probably one of the largest structures in.
That's not as impressive a door. Okay.
Right. While it is one of the largest structures in the area, probably only second to the town hall itself. The church itself is rather large, but it's actually mostly made out of wood. It's mostly a wooden built location. Now it is built on a stone foundation, and it does have some key stone like pillars and support beams and things. But for the most part, the work is wood.
Okay. Well, maybe throwing lightning bolts would be a bad idea. I want to desecrate the church. I don't want to burn it to the ground.
Tomato, potato.
I don't think that's the saying, but okay.
Is that for BoJack?
I don't know. I've never watched BoJack.
Ah, okay. Because pretty much that whole conversation just happened like last time I watched it. Anyways, okay. So gonna walk in and describe the scene. I mean, is this like a big kind of cathedral, or is this like a small community church, like pews and such, and an altar?
Yeah, it would have. What did you just do? Don't touch.
I didn't do it.
It would have a lot of. It honestly would have a lot of those things. It would have pretty high kind of cathedral-like ceilings. But but they're not like grandiose like you would see in like a large church. You see, the ceilings here are maybe 15 feet high.
Okay. Any kind of statuary that's like representative of Geisma, or like holy symbols that might.
You would see a altar kind of towards the front, made of stone.
Okay.
In a stone statue of Geisma kind of behind it, kind of with like hands out in front, palms facing upward. Don't touch the fans of my computer, kid.
Dang it! I pushed the wrong button. Whoever decided to put my show desktop key right next to the backspace key, fuck you.
Best design
Please
choices.
keep your hands up. Yeah, horrible design choice. If I could rip out that key. Okay, so I walk in and I start walking down the aisle between the pews, heading towards the altar. Any kind of staff going to approach me?
No.
No? Are there any staff present?
Make a perception check.
Oh, yes. My
Assistance.
specialty.
I'll have
5.
I heard Denock say that he was assisting. Do you want to roll yourself, Denock, or do you just want to give him advantage?
I get a +1.
That's better than me.
Okay, I'll do it myself.
Because 5 may be the higher number.
The blind
Oh,
leading,
hey,
leading
how
the
about a
blind
small
out here.
20?
There we go.
Okay. There is not any staff currently visible, but you do know that there are staff around. You would have seen a few of them kind of like moving about as you guys would have entered, and they just had kind of like not avoided, but just didn't see you enter.
Okay. Well, it's time to get the business. And targeting specifically the stone face of Geisma, I'm going to throw Eldritch Blast. 3 beams right in her face.
You're just gonna and-
I would suggest a different spell, something that seems more necromantic, not.
Oh, I can change the
Warlock?
color of the beams. Make it green.
how are you
I don't have
changing-
necromancy spells.
How are you changing the color of the beams?
It doesn't specify that it's any particular color. I just imagine you could.
You know what? That's a fair point.
Just because it's red in Baldur's Gate doesn't mean that it has to be red. I mean, every Eldritch Blast I've ever used has had a different color depending on my character's preferred color.
I mean, oftentimes it's tied with
Who your patron is?
Yeah, patron. But you're
I
not
mean,
really-
technically, I have a patron that is aquatic, but I'm not using blue beams here.
So you just walk in and you're gonna release that and onto the statue.
Onto the statue. Yep, right into her face.
Okay. You go ahead and make 3 attack rolls.
I clicked it 3 times. Did it do it? Yeah. Oh, one of those is a nat 20. The other 2 are 13s.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're just going for damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You had to beat a 10, so
Okay. 1,
go ahead and roll
2.
damage.
3. 19 total points of force damage.
Okay. You and they impact, and there's these heavy cracking sounds as in the stone statue as it and begins to crumple, and you immediately hear people. What was that sound? It came from the center hall, and you begin hearing people move.
Perfect. I'll address the skeleton crew. I'll tell them, I don't want to kill everybody, but I'll say, kill 2 of those clergy, and detain the rest.
Oh boy.
You tell the skeleton to kill 2 clergy
Mm-hmm. And round up the rest.
and then
Essentially.
round up the rest. Okay.
I had to cast enough fear that the message gets across, but also I have to be seen by somebody. There has to be a survivor.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I did not expect that.
Getting into character.
You have to be old enough.
What did he want?
Okay.
He wants to join. He wants to join my game.
Good luck.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Especially after that statement. Kill these two and round up the rest while I desecrate the rest of the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Denoc,
yeah.
can you do me an intelligence check for your skeletons?
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Cool. Modified 1. Love it.
Oh, no.
Okay. Honestly, all I can say is a good thing Denoc's there.
Yeah. I'm not sending all the skeletons to do that. I'll have the rest start smashing pews.
Well, the problem is you didn't indicate how
I
many
did not.
skeletons. So immediately
That's a good
all of
point.
them brandish weapons and disperse throughout the church.
Nice. Chaos! Yes! Okay. I will turn to
Denoc, you
Yeah,
know
I'm
that all
going
of your
to-
skeletons now have the mission directive to kill 2 clergymen or individuals.
I'm going to mentally connect and kind of coordinate things a little bit more.
I'm not used to directing a skeleton army, okay? I'm not a necromancer.
I know. No, I love it. It's fantastic.
I'm glad I'm here to keep this from going utterly pear-shaped.
Oh yeah, because if you weren't here, oh
Oh dear.
that would've
Oh
been-
my.
funny. That would have been funny. So
Yes. First off, we're
okay.
going for mostly debilitation attacks.
Yeah.
And if someone goes down, that is not a big problem. You know, that's how I'm ordering them.
Yeah.
So,
After you're done better directing the skeletons on my behalf, I will turn to you and kind of whisper, or no, I'll just use message because I just don't want anybody to hear it out loud. I was like, do you know how to draw necromantic sigils? Because I do not.
okay, do we want to do like just rolls for the skeletons attacking, or do we just want to say they do it and it's done?
Well, would they attack? Like the first clergy person they see?
I would have them wait until we get more so that the death can be seen. So for the first bit, it's more like
Let them all run up and investigate, then.
one group would be in melee, but not, you know, be seriously fighting, just like stall fighting.
Okay.
Until we get a decent group, and then a second group behind us would launch, let's go short bow attacks. You know, aiming for a group. Or
Right.
aiming, like, a group of them are going to aim specifically at, like, one person, so that, you know, A, more chances to hit, B, more chances to kill in one volley.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So once they are kind of like, so like they immediately begin to like draw weapons and disperse, and then immediately begin, and then after, and then like take a moment, like stutter step and then immediately start forming rows of formation and brandishing swords and some brandishing bows. When kind of coming around the corner from the church, you see a couple of armored individuals with holy symbols of Geisma, and they kind of go, "What's going on out here?" And they'll see the kind of the excuse me.
The undead army.
They'll see the skeletons and the destroyed statue.
Oh, and the quote blackguard unquote. Or
Blackguard and what is there?
I would also like to give some orders to our Blackguard members to just start banging things up.
Well, I gotta give them a roll to see through your disguise. What's your spell save DC?
Depends. 20 if it's considered necromancer, not necromancer, sorcerer. Which I believe my ability to cast Alter Self came from sorcerer powers, so 20.
Okay.
Wait. It's not an illusion. Alter Self's not an illusion.
Yeah, you're altering yourself to be that other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like Disguise Self. Disguise Self is illusion. Alter Self is legit just changing me.
Trust me, you don't need to explain the difference between the two to me. I'm trying to.
Maybe a bit more like their perception against my deception?
Yeah, that's more closely what it is, but they didn't.
Okay.
I was going to just use your spell save DC for it in that moment, but...
just use 20.
Honestly, they didn't even, they rolled a 9. It doesn't matter what bonuses I give them, they're not getting anywhere close to whatever you can do. Plus, I'm pretty sure your deception's pretty high.
My deception is a +10.
Yeah.
Unless I roll a nat 1.
See? Or, well, I mean, they have a slight bonus. They're, pretty insightful at being clerics and whatnot. But, I would
as long
probably...
as they don't throw fireballs, we're good.
I'd probably say as long
No
as
fireballs? What?
You swear you're a cleric.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure as long as you roll actually for this one it'd probably be like that. So, yeah, as long as you rolled like above a 2, you'd be okay. But
lucky for me.
So,
for all intents and purposes, I am Aaron.
Mm-hmm. So they kind of turn and see what's going on, and they look to you, Katya, and just be like, "I demand to know what is going on here." And you can see he puts his hand on the hilt of his sword.
I've decided Geisma sucks, and I'm done working with Palama. So I'm starting to take down her establishments, one church at a time, and this is my first target. Do I have to roll anything?
Roll intimidation.
Ew, intimidation. 13?
I mean, yeah, he's very much like traitor, and he will pull his sword and he will basically yell. He'll shout through the echoing halls, "Guards, to me!" And he will attempt to fight you. So,
Oh, good.
So, here's the thing. I'm going to do a very, very, very fast version of combat for this, because I don't want to roleplay a whole scene of combat and have when, a few people aren't present.
Yeah.
Right.
And the whole point of all of the mechanic breakdown is so that we don't have to do combat unless it's for specific RP or specific targets. Like, for example, tomorrow you decide to go after Aaron, we would role play that entire combat scene. I'm the good guys and the bad guys.
I have one big question.
Yeah.
Do they all have to be grouped up in a pretty tight group?
As of right now, you see 2.
Oh, I'll wait for the guards to arrive before I ask that question again.
Okay. Nowhere, buddy. All right. So,
So I might be able to end combat as soon as it begins.
yeah. So, what happens pretty much immediately is their guards are gonna, go in. They're gonna come in. They're gonna fight. I'm assuming, going to defend yourself.
Oh yeah.
So, what that basically means is, what I'm going to roll some dice. If I roll above a certain number, the guards are gonna have. Actually, you know what? Let's make this even faster. Let's just do roll off flat d20s, and we'll do the best of 3. If you lose, one of you can decide who is taken prisoner.
Oh.
You guys,
okay.
Keep in mind, it's a roll off, so there's no bonuses. But I am going to give you guys a slight bonus here because you guys are attacking with numbers on a small church. I will give you guys, whenever you guys roll a d20, I will give you guys your guys' d20 increased by 3.
Okay.
So you can alternate, you can take turns. One of you can do it all the entire time. I don't really care. But my first roll is 4. Oh,
Okay, I rolled all 3 at once.
Oh, I see. Well, you did 13, 13, 2. So 16, 16, 5. All right, so first one, loss. Second one, natural 20. Still only counts as 1.
Okay.
Second,
so this is the tiebreaker.
Yeah, third.
Oh.
So
I failed. D-Knock, it's up to you.
Oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, he fell, and I thought he really hurt himself, but he's fine.
It's more attention crying than owl crying.
Well, it was startle crying is what he was doing. So
yeah.
Okay, so just roll 3 d20s.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do each of you as a contender.
5,
8, 7, 13.
Well, this is going to be fun and interesting.
Oh no. This is bad. we both lost.
Yeah, this isn't going how I thought, because I thought I was going to be just like
I honestly
Ray of Frost and
honestly I don't like this because I just wanted to do something.
Take a prisoner.
Yeah.
Like, but these guards can't be that strong.
I mean, I don't. Like I said, I don't like this. But I also didn't want to just give you guys the destruction of a church.
I
mean, we're also not taking into consideration the skeletons themselves or the disguised group.
Yeah, the thugs.
Okay.
I'm gonna say we're our +3.
Then I want to get
Huh.
This went poorly.
Yeah.
So, what now, DM?
Um.
Is this
You know what?
this pretty much puts a big wrench in all of our plans because now Valinor and Asta are be like, wait a minute.
Here's the thing. You guys do have an out. It's one of
Oh.
your high level spells.
Teleport. That is true.
Dad.
I mean,
I thought it.
I had the idea of saying, once the guards arrive, I'm just gonna use prismatic spray and just knock them all gone.
Okay,
But if I do that, I can't teleport us.
Here's a question:
Mhm.
Could we alter like one of their results with hit die like we have earlier?
Um.
'Cause
I wouldn't be against that. I guess I could allow you guys to alter some results with hit dice. And if you don't have enough hit dice, then we can talk about utilizing.
Well, I could turn my second loss on here into a success with one hit die.
I would do all one of these.
Leave these ones alone. So you had 5.
I had 16, 16, and 5.
Right, but my last one was a 6, so you would need 2.
Oh,
Or no, aggressor would win. So yeah, never mind.
Okay, yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
So that could stop me. So I'll just
Then I'll
knock
lose
that out.
2 just to...
Dad.
Yeah, and if you use 2, then you'll turn your first loss or your second loss into a success as well. Means just the two of us, squishy folk, were able to hold off the guards alone.
Mhm.
I mean, we had some assistance, but still.
Mm-hmm. You don't. We'll put it this way: you guys don't get out unscathed. But you would have wished for better results.
Yeah. I mean, the objective specifically was to cause chaos, desecrate the church, and make it look like Aaron and the Blackguard did it.
Mm-hmm. And kind of with how those things have kind of turned out, I would say that you have done so.
Or at the very least, we were able to get enough distance between us and teleport away to safety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that also means that how many members of Haru's thugs did we bring with us? I imagine there was maybe 3 or 4. Because if that's the case, I could teleport us all easy. Skeletons, sorry.
Yeah, no, they're specifically to take.
Okay.
So, I mean, honestly, I would say with just kind of the way that you guys were role playing it, and then the actions that kind of came from it, that you're able to kind of just run away.
Okay. Then run away we shall.
I get it.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So. Okay, I think that's everyone for the day.
Perfect.
For the morning shift, I guess I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a very quick break here. And that way you guys can think about what you want to do in your afternoon, and this way I can deal with my other Yeah, you.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're back, everybody. So, what's the plan, guys?
What's my plan, guys?
Well, first of all, assuming we made it back to the hideout or whatever, I'd like to have my robes unsoiled.
You mean you want to unsoil your robes?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And like I said, I reverse everything I did,
Yeah, easy enough to do.
leaving them back in the state they were before I started casting.
Perfect.
So, Valinor wants to go to. What's the best term for this? Well, yes, but not yet. We're not quite there yet.
Yes, but no.
In a little bit, maybe. To all the best term, probably the poorer districts in
Yeah.
the cities, and start leaving food using create food and water, and just leaving food and water for all of them.
Okay.
Basically, kind of leaving note or saying that this is a gift from Val, since he knows Palama's not taking care of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I did write it down. Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that would be your afternoon segment, but I would say that's something that you could pretty easily do. You have the spell slots for it, so it's not unrealistic. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's what Val's gonna do.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Perhaps I can return to Vagram later in the afternoon, like after eating lunch, and now disguised as maybe not so much myself, but to protect my identity. Make
Just a
myself look like
random lady.
just a random
Plain lady.
Yeah, random plain townsgoer, and see if I can help spread the rumor of Aaron's involvement in the recent church uprising.
Oh, I will say, just based off of how you guys handled things, by the time you get back to Goldwild, there's already rumors in Goldwild.
Goldwild.
The rumors about what happened in Vagram.
Oh, okay.
And the rumors are already in Goldwild.
Yep. Maybe I'll specifically be listening for people, because I know somebody's going to have the gall to say, oh no, Valinor had to be involved in this one. Who else would attack the church? So I can finally correct them and say, oh, I witnessed it. Aaron was present. She's definitely working against Palama.
Okay.
Hey, here's a question: don't we have like an army of messenger boys?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't we just use them to spread even more rumors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we just have them do that just through this entire thing? Just standing orders. If we don't give them an order, spread rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
But then, what are we gonna do?
Rash?
What are you gonna do?
I mean, Valinor is just attempting to make Palama look bad. I mean, essentially a philanthropist.
Definitely keep a few scouts watching the Temple of Geisma in Goldwild to see if Aaron becomes present.
Oh, I just had an idea.
Okay.
I'm not okay. This is just me spitballing to see if you guys can add something to make this better. Okay.
Okay.
What if we go out there and start making speeches, specifically saying that Palama, we have been, somehow granted divine knowledge, using,
No, don't press the button.
He wants to go essentially do like protest talks.
yes, and give us some legitimacy to our claims of divine revelation by presenting the Pearl of Knowledge. After
Would your
all,
average commoner understand what that is?
if we say it's a blessing from Scientia,
Oh, but then we'll be labeled as heretics. Like, we don't worship Scientia here, we worship Geisma!
I mean, they're part of the same pantheon. That is not heresy. Heresy would be saying we worship Tenebrith.
Ah, that fucker.
Yes.
Remember, this is a
brilliant idea.
polytheistic culture. Valinar's Island may venerate Geisma more than the others, but am I correct in saying this?
I was gonna say Geisma is big, but each city kind of has their own. Whoops! I passed the thing. Has kind of their own group. I think yes, Kotolis is primarily Scientia's domain. So if you want to claim that you're from Kotolis, where Scientia has the most, and Kotolis is the capital city, by the way.
So here, do we need the Pearl of Knowledge then to increase legitimacy, or do we just...
I'm not sure how much the Pearl would really hold.
Maybe like, what's that stupid thing for? Yeah, maybe not. I think that would make us a target for somebody with sticky hands. But we should definitely go as at least a pair. Keep an eye on each other. Watch each other's back. Strengthen numbers.
Would we be able to go to Kotolis with the Pearl, to the place where a divine artifact of Scientia would be
recognizable?
Yes. And this is to the group, just as I'm not saying this is what we're going to do. This is... Would that work better? This is mostly to Valinor, because this is his art. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah. The Kotolis would probably be easier to get to than Vagrum. It's a little closer, but not by much. Problem is, I'm not sure how much if they would recognize the pearl as a gift from Scientia.
Okay.
How do you spell Kotolis? Let me take a look.
Katolis.
That's why I didn't get it right. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So what was the decision on that one? Yay or nay?
The problem is gone. What did you want? Something about the pearl, them recognizing the pearl, is that right?
Yeah, Church of Scientia would realize that the pearl's like a gift from Scientia.
Maybe they can give us like a writ of approval or like like their personal stamp to show that they support our message. Build credibility so that we can, when we do protest, then we could show like this writ from the Church of Scientia, and they'll know that we're not just bullshitting completely. And in light of recent events and rumors and whatnot being spread about Palama, and then Aaron working with Palama but also desecrating churches, might help to solidify it.
Okay. Honestly, you guys would not know that.
Yeah.
None of you are worshippers of Scientia, and yeah, it would be hard for you guys to know. You can assume whatever you would like. You also have the knowledge that things like identify exist, that would, which is how you guys learned of its, or no, you guys learned of its origins through On, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So,
But we did use identify on it
Yeah,
at some
we
point.
knew what it was used for. We didn't know where it came from.
correct. So, with the use of identify, though, it would or potentially would leave the name of the item. I can't remember if I actually ever gave it one.
Pearl
Which
of knowledge.
there you go. Which may coincide with records that they may
Boon of
have.
knowledge, excuse me.
Yeah, with records that they may have regarding anything that they would have tracked over the centuries. So it's possible. You just don't know.
I mean, it's worth a try if we got anything better to do.
There's also the fact that you'll be showing that off to a bunch of people. And you don't necessarily know if they'll want to let you keep it.
That's what I was saying. Sticky fingers. Like, if this is the legit artifact, I gotta have that. Last thing we do is start getting in the hands of Palama.
Well, we've got thugs as well for guard detail. And if need be, A, I have a bag of holding. B, I have teleport.
My brain just went to Johnny Depp. I got a bag of holding.
That's what's inside it.
Everything!
Up to 500 pounds. God, I love my brain sometimes. Anyway.
I wonder how long it's going to take for Aaron or Palama to react to this Aaron attacked a church thing.
Any second now.
And how will we know?
Well, I'm sure we'll hear about it somewhere.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Palama's head exploded. Oh, damn.
You hear chains unclip, and you hear...
Our stomachs start rising to the chest.
I'm not that evil.
Right now.
Most of the time.
It's pretty much, when they have their falling out, it'd be easier to pick off one or the other. might even be able to secure an uneasy alliance with Palama. It's like, well, obviously Aaron is a big threat right now, so how about we team up to take her out?
Or we could wait till one of them kills the other and then pick off the other one while they're weaker.
We just started a gang warfare here.
Yep, that's how this
Maybe.
works. Gang war time.
Maybe our work is already done. We go work on Cardin and his situation and come back and pick up the pieces later.
Just let this fester.
Yeah. We're just gonna let this wound fester, let it sort itself out for a while. Keep spreading the rumors, keep spreading the word for us.
Yeah.
We'll come back in a little while. Because I'm running out of ideas on how what more we could possibly do at this point. And I feel like the waiting game is just we could be using this time for something more important.
Yeah. As long as we can keep them kind of at each other's throats, assuming that works.
Would be nice.
Yeah. How long do we think we'll take down on the surface?
Probably a couple of days. I don't expect it to take overly long.
Yeah.
Just as long as either way, we have to wait. What was it? What was his name? The dragon that flew ahead of us said he was going to go straight to Colophone. He had a name. Oh well. I don't know if it's been enough days since he left. He might not be there yet. And until he has arrived, we can't really continue with that plan either.
Yeah. Actually, Valinor will just use sending real quick to contact that dragon and ask him if he's there yet.
Are you there yet? He's flying on the Laputa for that, still, right? Or
No, he took
He
off.
went ahead.
I thought he took off.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Laputa's heading towards you guys. That was my bad. I corrected myself as soon as I said it.
Yeah, but we were talking over, so.
I know.
I'm gonna find
That
his
was only
name.
a couple of days ago, so
Yeah.
you've never had this spell. Okay, so you send it. Hey, have you arrived there yet? Yo, dude, you're my head. Nah, man, just endless blue.
Oh, God damn
How'd
it.
you do this? This is interesting. Are you gonna be able to do this? That's easily 25.
I like to imagine we're all sitting around a table. Valinor does that. He gets the response, and he just slams his head on the table.
You good, Val? Or were you just
Pathos was his name.
Okay. Well, our dragon friend, he's never used that spell before, or apparently even knows about it.
He doesn't strike me as the type who knows a whole lot about much of anything. Surprisingly, for a dragon.
except for maybe fighting?
Yeah, no, he's I almost wonder if he has a few screws loose.
I wonder if that's why they let him go.
Oh, probably. Either way, he's not there yet. He said something about endless blue. That's about it.
It's been a
He
couple of
started to say
days.
he started to say something else and then got cut off.
It's been a couple of days since we arrived here. And it was, 5 days to fly to Colophone? Yes, no, ish. I wish I could remember.
Yeah, something like that.
So he's got 3 days to... Oh my lord. I guess we could just hang out for 3 days and, see if anything changes between now and then, and go from there. Much as I hate just sitting around when there's so much to accomplish.
Well, we could just continue trying to frame them, but
I think we've planted enough evidence
Yeah.
and done enough damage that it should deteriorate on its own.
theoretically.
Yeah, we'll keep an ear to the ground, and if we need to do more, then we'll pick up there too. Maybe we'll just spend this afternoon chilling.
Val and I are still going to go do that food thing.
I mean, I could definitely use a shower after desecrating a church. It feels wrong. I know it had to be done, but
Of course it feels wrong. You desecrated a church.
it had to be done. It had to be. Oh shit!
I would suggest offering an apology to Geismar.
Wait,
That
do I
might
still
be
have?
productive use of our time. Yes.
You guys are gonna spend the afternoon in repentance?
Yes. Sounds perfect.
Hang on. I need to know if I still have something.
Here's your cat of nine tails. Self-flagellate.
Oh,
You want me to what?
You heard him.
I don't know if I can bend that low.
Not filleted.
Oh, yeah, I do still have this. I just never moved it over to my new character sheet.
I mean,
Valna's gonna look over at Kadia and
Finally
go.
beat yourself.
Valna's gonna look over at Kadia and go. So if you're gonna spend the night in repentance and you want to take a shower, here, use this, and he's gonna hand him a flask of holy water.
I might just take you up on that. Katia will take the flask of holy water and
I have had that flask of holy water since like day one.
let me see. I'll do a quick search of my inventory here. Holy water. Ah, holy water flask. If the target is a fiend or undead, it takes damage. Well, luckily for me, I am neither.
Nope.
I'll just put that in my backpack, and I'll add it to my bath later.
That you're aware of.
Alright, so is this what we're actually gonna do? Valnar's gonna go off and feed the poor while Dinok and Kadia spend the night in repentance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dinok himself isn't really repenting. He's just like, it was necessary. Sorry. And it's like coin flip if he's actually saying sorry because he's sorry about it, or if he's just covering his ass.
I can see now. Dinok is just looks to this guy and goes, "Hey guys, it was necessary. Sorry, I think."
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god. Or, yeah, I love it. Okay.
But otherwise, he's just...
I guess,
Dinok is just still... helping to coordinate information still.
Mhm.
And he does negate the skeletons. So They return to unanimated bones.
Okay. Valinar, go
And
ahead
you-
and make a persuasion check with advantage
Oh, okay.
for your food.
Persuasion. Oh, great.
Well, you've got advantage, so at least you're not going to.
12.
That was advantage. Oh no.
I have a negative modifier to my persuasion.
The other one, it looks like, was a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, the other one was a 9.
Oh. Well, anyway, are you happy with that result?
Not
Hmm.
happy, but gonna take it.
Yeah,
You
not
have-
happy, but I'm gonna take it.
You have
'cause
your hit dice.
I don't think it's worth. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I brought that up earlier, and I didn't even
You
think about
did.
it.
You did bring it up earlier.
Well, it looks like I've only used one hit dice, so it's +5 for each one I use, right?
No, +2.
Oh, +2. Okay. 4. I rolled a 12, so let's do. I'll use 4 to make it a 20.
Okay. Go ahead and you mark those hit dice.
Okay.
Wait, the hit dice they add +2 or +1?
Pretty sure it was +2, wasn't it?
Okay,
Then
'cause
we
you-
should only needed to use one each for our thing.
Yeah.
You did only use one each.
No, you
No.
made us use 2.
Yeah. Well, Danak had to use 2 because you said they were worth 1 point each. I only needed to use 1 either way. And it bumped my score from a 5 to a 6 or something like that, and you're like, oh, aggressor wins. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I wrote it down somewhere. I can't. My brain doesn't retain information like it had been.
I mean, that's what I got in my notes.
It's what you got have in your notes, and that's what's
Mhm.
correct. Then that's what's correct, and we'll go with that. So it'd be +1. So I mean, Dinoc, if you want to get a hit die back, go ahead.
Yeah, it's +2.
I mean, I'll take every single hit die I can keep.
Yeah, just because they're useful in this scenario for the first time in the campaign, huh?
Actually, I've had to use quite a bit.
For D-Knock, yes. You know, if I could use hit die for some of my necromancy spells, that would be interesting.
That's called blood magic.
Okay? And
Anyway, I don't know. I'm just letting you know. But yeah.
So, soft 20.
Soft 20. Okay. The riffraff of the Goldwild, because I'm assuming that's where you go.
Yeah.
Definitely feels as though they're leaning in your support.
Okay. Oot. And I assume I only have enough time to go to the one in Goldwild.
I'm gonna say yes, just because
Okay.
otherwise you wouldn't be doing as thorough of a job.
Okay.
Excuse me. So, as individuals kind of filter back from the evening, you definitely are beginning to see in the cities and the conversation that you pick up as you travel through, you definitely begin to see the fruits of your labor. There's definitely some seeds of mistrust beginning to build amongst the populaces of the whole island, from what you can tell. Haru is pleased with the progress that you guys have been able to make, and honestly thanks you guys for your assistance, as he would never have been able to make it this far without it.
It really sucks that the entire island has to be brought into essentially civil war over something like this.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's better than most of the island being destroyed.
I mean, this is just the beginning, though. By the end of the campaign, it could very well end up mostly destroyed as a result.
I'd like to not have to think about that. You're not wrong.
I mean, the sooner we can get Palama out of power, I think the sooner things will quiet down a bit.
Maybe. So to figure out who's going to be taking her place.
That is a question.
Here's a random question. Is she in the room?
Do you want her to be?
No.
Then she is not.
So Valnar's kind of look at Haru and go, so I think I have a solution. She is not here to defend herself, so we put her in charge.
He kind of chuckles, because he would find that funny. But then he kind of goes, "Brother, what do you think she would say in a situation like that?"
I think she would declare one of us in charge, and then try to put us up there. And then let's face it, then we try to put the other guy in charge, and then it'll just be a huge circle.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Which is part of the reason why we can't put anyone there. And it's also why we can't just appoint individuals. Because if we could just appoint people...
I don't know much about Shia, but wasn't she one of the guards of the Temple of Geisma?
She was the one we saved when we were here last time.
Oh, I remember that, but again, wasn't she one of the Temple guards? Or
Yeah.
at least... Okay, so it wasn't just a cover.
No, she was actually one of the guards.
Okay, so that shows that there's a devotion there to at least protecting the people. That's a good leadership quality. Can you honestly think of a reason why she shouldn't be in charge?
Because
I
she
feel-
will flay us alive for trying to put her in charge.
I feel like Valinar and Haru look at Katya in the exact same moment and go, "Yes." She's not what you would call a people person. She a hard time with words.
By that, it means she doesn't have a filter.
I see how that might be a problem. Seriously, there has to be somebody worthy of the position.
I'm sure there is.
Problem is, they probably don't want it.
Well, just about everybody you've listed off so far has been like, no, no, no.
Because we all know it would suck to be in that position.
Not to mention, think about the fallout. You just had your leader, who's been leading you for however long, just forcefully removed from position. And you're being told that now you have to follow this schmuck? Whomever the schmuck may be?
I mean, what would the people rather have? Someone who's appointed in place of somebody they know is corrupt. Or just letting anybody literally just walk up and say, well, I'm going to be in charge now.
What if we don't appoint anyone? What if instead we just let the people decide? Give them a choice of, I don't know, 5 people. And say, you pick who you want to follow.
We can't even come up with one person, and you're suggesting that we should give them a choice of 5? And what if none of them want the job either?
Well, actually, that's not a bad idea. But we have to be careful with the 5 that we choose. They have to be members of the community, prominent families enough for people to be respected of them. Son of a bitch, I'm describing the 5.
The 5 what?
The the 5 houses. There's you guys were in Catullus, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the 5 spires reaching up, protecting, grabbing the city?
Vaguely.
Oh, yeah. I found it.
Well,
It was specifically described when Valinar was talking about the city. At the edge of the city is a cluster of 5 tall pillars that reach up towards the sky. It's like a massive hand that appears to be closing around the city, representing the 5 ruling families that control the city, meaning the church doesn't run the city at all.
right.
There we go.
But now we're talking about giving them control of the whole island. I don't like it, Valinar, but it would make sense if we can get them to agree.
Yeah.
Meow.
But
But let's face it, we don't really have any good options.
No natural born leaders? No one?
Well, 2 of the natural born leaders have both said that they would jump off the island if they ever were given position. And Enoch will look directly at Valinar at that.
And Haru.
Well, he's more referring to Valinar's mentor.
well, if you're
what-
talking about a natural born leader, the probably the closest one would be the current head of the House of Rose, but he's more of a drill sergeant.
Military guy.
Mm-hmm.
Valinar, what about your father?
Who?
I just hear muffled laughter.
I think he broke him.
Well, Valor's just trying to imagine the man he brought back from the dead to be with his wife, and just kind of go, "So you're in charge of the island now." That's not going to go over very well.
You never know. He might be interested in the idea. Never asked.
Or he might want to jump off the island as well.
But then you could just look at him and say, you know, I brought you back from the dead. You kind of owe me.
I brought you into this world. I will take you out.
Wait, hang on. I'm sorry. The son is not supposed to be saying that's the father. That's not the threat you.
Oh God, I love D&D.
I guess in the interim, until order can be reestablished, perhaps having the five have the control would be what's best. Maybe we don't need a church official running the whole country.
We'll have to coordinate with the houses to make sure that they're all on board with something like that. And all 5 of them would have to be on board. If even just one of them backs out, it'll lose a ton of support.
Yeah.
So maybe it means we'll have some meetings to establish in the coming days to make sure they're on board with the idea before knocking off the leadership.
I will send a letter to the 5 houses. They need to be on board. They need to be notified. This is the best way we can do it.
Ugh. Bloody politics.
Yeah. Thanks, Valinar.
You're welcome. Better you than me.
He's trying
You
to
know my
shake his head.
you know my filter's not much better than she is. So
I'm aware.
Besides, I feel like that would be a pretty sudden change, especially considering the entire country believes you are some demon that has been trying to take over the island with your heresy for years, and then all of a sudden, Palama's knocked off and you are in charge.
yeah, that'd go over real well.
I don't think that would work out in your favor, Valinar. That would be a very short reign, and I'd say, good luck.
Okay.
It was nice knowing
Dude.
you.
Be a very short reign, very surprising reign. And yeah, admit it might be kind of funny for a while,
It'd be hilarious.
for about a week, maybe.
It would be. I think it'd be even better if we could somehow detain Palama, and you get to hold a public execution of her. Wait, why did that idea come out of my mouth? I spent too much time as Aaron today.
Yeah, you may want to.
That's your excuse?
Yep. Definitely taking that holy bath tonight. Soak in some holy water. Maybe it'll be good for my skin. Who knows?
Spoiler alert, it's not. Anyway.
So we've got some meetings with some very high-ranking, wealthy individuals in the near future. I mean, not my first rodeo with that. Seems we've been running into important people all over the place.
Well, how awkward would it be if I walked into those meetings as well? Me.
Do the
What?
5 houses currently want you dead?
That's an interesting question. the houses honestly probably don't give a fuck, but they're not swayed by the church, like everyone else, but they still have a lot of power. Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way on that one. Don't know.
Honestly, I guess we could weigh the benefits versus the potential threats to the idea. If you came to the meetings as yourself, it shows that you're being open and honest and not trying to deceive them in any way. Though, depending on personal interests, they may be less willing to listen to you. However, I think they'd be pretty pissed off if you wore a disguise and they saw right through it. And now you tried to deceive them on top of being Valinar. Think you might lose more points that way. But also, you would be a name and a face that they would recognize, as opposed to, say, me and Denox showing up trying to run these negotiations. Like, how would you like to take over the entire country? And they're going to be like, why are you asking us? You know, what, what do we have to do with that? That's like, is something about to happen to Palama or something? You know, these random outsiders suggesting you should take over the country.
Hey, you want to start a civil war?
Yeah. And why would we do that? Hear it now.
And I feel like they would probably have a very similar reaction if I were to show up as me. Maybe a little more negative though, because if they don't really know me personally or know people that knew me, they might just think about what the church was saying about me being a dangerous heretic.
Well, if we wait a day or two and let the rumors continue to spiral out of control, it won't be long before word reaches their ears, and it might be a lot more easier than you imagine. Because if they're starting to hear that Palama isn't for the people, and she's got this heretic working for her named Aaron, they might be more willing to listen to you. Like, you know, this Palama person is turning out to be very dangerous company to keep around. For the continued existence of the island, it might be best to do something about her. Deal with her.
Yeah.
Even better, if we can win over their support and they're willing to assist us, then we no longer have to worry about having to do all the work ourselves. We might have additional funding and resources that weren't an option before.
It would still boil down to civil war.
It's going to be a civil war no matter what we do. Church versus the state, pretty much.
How did Palama even get this much power? Or are we assuming she has more power than she actually does?
I don't know. I still think Aaron might have been working on it for a while.
Or I really, really hate throwing this one out there, but what if we're not just dealing with one super enemy? And we're dealing with two.
You know,
Not just the Sleeping King, but
Well, we also have Tenebris to worry about, and the demon
Exactly.
armies.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What if they are backing Palama?
Demons of the church? No way.
Well, wouldn't be the first time I've heard of it.
We also had to ask, how do we know the 5 families didn't appoint Palama initially?
Well, different cities to begin with, as well as the the city of Catullus is not ran by any of the churches. The members don't have influence there.
Mm. That's great if you're assuming there's no such thing as underhanded scheming. Families with wealth, sometimes do some very sketchy things.
I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying it's unlikely.
Okay. So at the moment, our best bet is to try and at least get them on board with the idea of taking over, I guess. Does Paloma run the entire island or just Goldwild?
She's put the entire island into a state of martial law for the emergency's sake of
Okay.
treason, but normally, no, she does not have this much control power.
Okay. So essentially, we would just be asking, we would just be trying to get them on board with temporarily running Goldwild until a replacement can be found.
How did Palama get the authority to put the entire island in martial law? Like, who's backing her to do it?
When she became head of the Church of Geisma, that was the primary. That has always been kind of the primary worship on the island, and a lot of people have turned towards Geisma and its teachings for the future, following the light and everything that's kind of been the focus. So when the head priest of the entire church is concerned about, a treasonous heretic that could poison the teachings of Geisma, people kind of went into a panic. It kind of gave her the ability to declare a martial law without needing to be, I don't even know what to call it, a city official. Even though each church is built and separated by cities, they all technically answer to the churches of Goldwild.
Yeah.
And as the head of the Church of Geisma, she was the most devout and powerful priestess, and priest, really, that followed the teachings of Geisma. So, it wasn't like she was some squire that just went martial law and there now we're here. No, she had authority in the lands. She was, more well respected than the 5 houses.
And yet you say she has no power over the 5 houses, but it sounds like they, in a way, answer to her. If she has the ability to declare martial law over the entire island, and they can't step in and say no.
To
What
me, it
reason
sounds-
would they? They have
Uh,
no involvement with the church. If the church says that there's a heretic, who are they to denounce the church's decision?
Is
No,
it?
go ahead, Valnar. I'm sorry.
To me, it sounds more like she doesn't officially have the right to declare martial law. She only has it because the people listen to her.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, as long as the people
So,
listen to her and believe her, she can do anything.
and by the sounds of it, no one really did any real investigation into anything she says. They just take her at her word.
Yeah, but again, you got to remember, like, this is. Why would the head of the church, of our leadership, lie?
I don't know.
And that's the reason why people follow her blindly. They, why would the leader of the church, of a religious state, follow what their pastor says? Effectively,
Because
it's
nobody in the world ever has abused the power of religion for personal gain.
not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm saying that she is the head. We've never had a reason to question until recently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think of it this way: your father is the head of was the head of the household. Yeah. If he said that this is something that we're going to do because he believes it best for the family, does anybody challenge his question or his decision other than a possible, like, are you sure?
I see.
It's very similar to something like that.
So, Mommy Palama said.
If that helps you understand it better, then yes.
Well, Mommy Palama says that there's a heretic on the run, so we should listen to what she says. I see your point. And I suppose if one heretic is on the run and one is dead, anybody else that speaks up against that would also be a heretic. Opposing the law of the church would be a death sentence for your average person. Okay.
Not everybody has or had means of escape.
I'm not sure if Valinar actually had the means of escape. Just
I didn't.
got lucky.
It just kind of happened.
Someone was watching over you. Call it what you will, but
Yeah, well, that someone was also watching over me, and he pulled me directly from my place of comfort to make me have to do all of this.
you really are a princess, aren't you?
I wouldn't say that I live in a mansion or anything really fancy, but I just hope somebody picked up my tab back home and is paying the rent on my apartment, because I have a lot of personal study notes there that I would hate to have lost.
Huh.
Before I woke up on that cave floor, I think I was sleeping in a tree.
So you had an upgrade.
I mean, I was in my lab. pretty much dead-end in any research. Honestly, I do believe I was about to give up hope, and then I woke up with you lot.
I do think it's kind of ironic that you tried everything scientifically possible to come up with an idea, and the one thing you despised having to do, turning to the gods, ended up being a literal godsend.
The gods do work in mysterious ways.
Maybe the gods will work in a mysteriously helpful way, and just maybe Paloma will just have a heart attack right now.
Yeah, just while we're talking, she has a heart attack, dies. We don't even have to worry about her.
I don't think Vitia is that judgmental.
Yeah.
Maybe not Vita, but what about Mortem? Okay, so back on topic. We have.
Well, sorry, I was thinking about how he would answer that, and I don't know, because technically you guys would know the answer to that question.
Mortem believes in second chances.
That would be the appearance, considering you brought back how many people now? Denog's parents, your parent, your father, Katya.
Valinar's half convinced if he tries to bring someone else back from the dead, Mortem's gonna go, "Nope, you're coming with me to the land of the dead now."
He's like, alright, listen here, you little shit. I understand you have magic. So back into the topic at hand. We'll essentially be using the next 2 to 3 days doing meetings with the 5 families. Is that the idea?
I'm gonna send a letter today to the 5. I'll see if I can't get them to agree to a sit down.
Okay.
As soon as possible, basically.
And then we just have to decide what we're going to say. I mean, if we left it up to Valinor, it would essentially be, Palama's a bitch, and she needs to die. So that somebody else could take over who's hopefully not a bitch.
Valinar's good. You see Valinor look down what he had been writing is a possible letter and goes, "When did you read my letter?"
We've been together for a few months. I kind of have an idea of how you work.
I got you. He's over here going, and then you say that, and he goes, "No."
No. Oh, that's fucking great.
I love it when I find the randomest fucking problem that I exactly needed for that moment, just within arm's reach.
You're like, I actually have some side effects for you.
Yeah, I reached over. It's actually a bill. I'm really hoping somebody paid this.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait, no, it's not a bill. It's an advertisement for a bill.
Perfect. Garbage.
Okay.
Not mine, but... So, anyway, yeah, so that's what Haru's gonna do in the for day 3. What are the 3 of you gonna do?
Second verse, same as the first. I'm gonna watch out for lupines.
I will stay. I will stay here and rest and await further instruction, such as when we're doing meetings, and I guess better coordinate our scouts.
Okay. I'll have you be in charge of scouts and people spreading rumors then.
Okay.
And Dinok?
I
I know I'm making you guys use your noodle. I'm sorry.
Who are we fighting again?
Right now, yourselves.
Yeah.
suppose stay as coordinator, compiling all reports we're still getting in, and making
So we're at the
sure
dawn of the third day.
about time to play the Song of Time, huh?
Not yet. This is information for me because I gotta update my greenhouse information.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, I think I did the first day, so
Remember, you can't calculate yours because you're not on the
I know.
left. I'm just as a reminder.
I've got the numbers. I've got it 6 days without DNOC. Or
Gotcha.
6 per day without DNOC.
Okay. So let's
And we consulted the Pearl on the evening of the first day, correct?
Do 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 do. Do do do. Yes, evening of day 1.
Okay, perfect. I thought so. Just wanted to make sure.
So it has been not quite 2 days. Day and a half.
Well, technically it's dawn of the next day, so
Yeah.
since we're going to be coming back on day 3, I figured I might as well get it done because I'm thinking we end it here because I don't think we can do much.
I think everybody is doing something that's like rollable, other than I don't know what you're doing yet.
Well, like I said, I'm probably just going to be staying
Island.
and
Okay.
Our DNOC database.
yeah.
The DNOC base.
And we would probably have Yeet and Asta continue what they were doing the first day. Because we've been forgetting about them all today.
No,
Training.
I haven't forgotten about them. I've just kind of been having them do their own thing kind of in the background. I know what they've been doing. They will inform you guys as well, but they've kind of just been working with others to make sure that like their people aren't getting like arrested. They're pretty good at that, you know, picking locks and being a brute and all. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's go ahead and I would like for the three of you to post in our Discord chat what it is that you want to do when we return in 2 weeks, because
2 weeks.
that's how long it's gonna be. Because we will
I'll
not.
try not to forget.
We will not have a session next week because we're gonna take it off for Christmas. We'll aim to have something on the what is that? The 3rd.
I don't know. Let me look at my calendar for next year.
Yes, third.
Yeah.
That is the 3rd. Yes, indeed.
So yeah, we'll be back. We're gonna aim to be back on the 3rd, just to kind of see. We'll see if we can or not, but otherwise we're gonna take off next week for the holidays. And we'll see what happens from there. But post in the Discord what you guys want to do for the morning of the 3rd. Please and thank you. I appreciate it. And I don't really have any other announcement at this time.
Other than Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes.
Indeed. And Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
And yeah, this will be our last stream for the year. We'll see you guys in the new year.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good night.
Yep.
Nice.
Stay safe and whatnot.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Have fun.
That's an awful lot, though.
I know.